come with me for the week staying at a bush camp in South Africa. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Bailey and I'm a travel content creator, mainly on TikTok and Instagram, but also here on YouTube. I talk all things life in our 20s and travel in our 20s and how to make a travel lifestyle your reality. And this week I'm going on my very first safari. I'm staying at Umlani Bush Camp, which is in the Timbabadi Reserve. This is something that's been on my travel bucket list forever, and I'm so excited to be here with Umlani to show you guys what it's really like. I just got in yesterday and I've had 2 game drives so far, and it has been so incredible. The conditions haven't even been great, and we've still been able to see so much. We saw 2 male lions today. Yesterday we were able to see a leopard with her 2 cubs, obviously tons of giraffes and elephants and random impala, and I know it's only gonna get better, so I can't wait to take you guys along with me. So let's start with the room tour of our cute little yurt. This is not a luxury resort, this is an eco lodge, which for me is exactly what I want in this sort of experience, to be really immersed into nature. No AC, no heat. Everything runs on solar. So every single night we've got a candlelit dinner and you just kind of use your flashlights to get around everywhere. In my mind, it makes the experience more authentic. The most hilarious part of all this is that there's no locks anywhere. This is the outside of our hut. I'm gonna take you guys inside. So when you come in, you have the double bed with bug nets. Over here, you've got a desk and the fan because there is no AC, but honestly, it hasn't been an issue because all the windows are open with screens. You've got his and her closets on either side. This is where our bathroom is. So it's an outdoor bath. You've got the sink here. Around this is the toilet. Then you have your outdoor shower. I love an outdoor bathroom, even if at night I do get a little spooked sometimes that I'm going to run into a snake or a spider or a monkey or 2, but it all just adds to the experience. I'm pretty sure that Umlani is around $350 per night per person. It's completely all-inclusive, so you get breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, everything, and then 2 game drives a day. So it's really such a good deal when safari normally can be so expensive. Good morning, it is 5 a.m. and we just had our wake-up call for our morning game drives. Now we're getting ready, we have like 10 minutes, grab some coffee, and then it's time to go look for some animals. What I'm wearing out on the game drive today. I'm just here to remind you not to overcomplicate it. Don't need to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe to go on safari, especially if you don't see yourself wearing those clothes again. Stick to earth tones, browns, tans, and greens. But honestly, half the people on each of our game drives each day aren't even wearing the right colors, but I would still try and stick with them because it helps not attract bugs. So I have this green button up. I also have like a cream colored button up, and then I have a cream windbreaker. This is the hat that I got from the lodge here. I have 3 tank tops. This one's tan, then I have another one that's tan, and then I have another one that's like a light gray. I have 3 pairs of pants. These are tan ones that my friend thrifted that are like 7 sizes too big that I'm borrowing from her. And then I have a green pair of cargos and then a brown pair of linen pants. And then for shoes, I've just been wearing my Blundstones everywhere. I'm here for 4 days too, and I'm just gonna keep re-wearing everything. Wear things that are light and linen and things that you can layer. No idea what to expect when I came here. I've never been on a game drive before. I've never been to a safari camp or on safari, so this was completely new to me. So every day starts out with a 5 a.m. wake up. Sometimes this is super disorienting because you're fast asleep and someone comes and knocks on your door to make sure that you're awake, and you have about 15 minutes to get ready. And then at around 5:15, 5:20, you walk over to the dining room. They have tea, coffee, and rusks there. So you have about 10 minutes to chill, and then everyone gets to their car. From here specifically, there's 2 different cars. So you usually get your assignments the night before of like which car you're going to be in and which driver you'll have. So you already know by the morning which car you need to get into. You hop in the car at about 5:30 and then you start your game drive. The morning game drives last from 5:30 until 9 a.m. They are long, but they feel pretty quick, and also it's just so nice to be out there in nature. If you're lucky, it's sunny and you just get to enjoy the sun. It's been pretty cold on most of our morning drives, but we just bundle up in a bunch of layers. They have blankets for us, or they have rain ponchos if it starts to rain, and you just get to relax and go searching. So I had no idea what this process actually looked like when you're out on a game drive, but all the different rangers are talking to each other. Here on Timavati, there's a 2-car rule per sighting, so only 2 cars can be there at one time, which is really nice because then you get an up close and personal experience with this animal without a ton of people around. But to do that, once you see an animal and you spot something really cool, you do call it in to let the other rangers know that something exists there, and then they can go and look for it when it's their turn. So sometimes you'll be sitting in a queue for something really cool. Like the other day, there was a leopard with 2 cubs, and we sat in a queue, and by sitting in a queue, I mean we were just driving around kind of in the area that it was in and waiting for our turn to be called to go and look at the animals. The same thing happened yesterday. These 2 beautiful male lions, and we got so lucky that they were laying all day, and then when we got there they happened to get up and they were walking around our car, so it was really cool to watch them interact, and a little spooky when they're literally 3 feet from you. At around 8, you'll usually stop in the bush somewhere. Today we stopped by a group of hippos on the water, and everyone gets out of the car, you get to stretch your legs, and then you have more tea and coffee and a little bit of a snack. Then you get in your car, you finish off the last hour of the game drive, and you come back to camp. Once you get back here, there is a full breakfast, and then you kind of just have all afternoon to hang out. We've been hanging out in the shade, we've been tanning a bit, there's a swimming pool, I've been doing some work. Really just have the whole afternoon until 2 when they call you for lunch. After lunch, I've just been coming back to the room. It's usually when I've been showering because the showers are outdoors, so it's a little bit cold in the middle of the night. And then I just relax for another hour before the afternoon game drive. Afternoon game drive starts at 4 and you go out from 4 until 7. So from 4 until 6, you usually just drive around for 2 hours, and then you stop again in the middle of the bush. Everyone gets out and you have some sundowners for sunset. So at lunch, they'll take your order of what drink that you want to bring out there. So it's either wine, or I've been doing a lot of Savannahs, and they'll bring those out into the bush for you so that you can all enjoy the sunset together, have a drink, and then you finish the last 45 minutes or so of your game drive in the dark. It's just a whole different experience when it's nighttime out there in the bush. Finally, you get back to camp around 7 and you go straight to dinner. All the dinners here are candlelight because the whole place is run on solar, and so they try not to use any lighting at night. The first night we had sweet potatoes and ostrich. Last night it was pork and couscous. It's really just whatever the chef comes up with, but it's been incredible. All the meals that we've had have been so good. And then usually after that, I'm in bed by 9 because you have to get up again the next morning at 5 a.m. But that's a quick breakdown of what day-to-day life looks like at the bush camp. It is so crazy how unscared these animals are of humans. I was literally just laying here chilling for a second. Out of the corner of my eye, I see something like zoom right at me. Sure enough, antelope, a little mom and a baby, zoom in all around me. I insert iPhone footage here. I'm just amazed. Oh my god, the dad is here. The mom and the baby came through, and now I'm staring the dad in the face. There's no fencing around the property, and now I see why you need an escort to your room when it's dark out. Because during the day, you kind of have to pay attention to, because anything except for elephants can wander in here. My brain truly can't comprehend that on safari, these animals, it's not a zoo. And I think it's because I'm so used to seeing these animals in a zoo that seeing them in their natural habitat is just absolutely insane. And the cool part about safari is that literally anything could happen. So every day you go out on a drive, and sometimes you see something. Sometimes, like this morning, there's pretty much nothing on your drive. But then other times you get the most insane experiences. Like the other day we saw these 2 elephants fighting in the water. The day before, when there's leopards and cubs up in a tree, or these 2 male lions that like got up and walked towards us and then walked around the car. The only way to do it is repetition. So the more times that you're here and the more times you go on a game drive, the more likely you are to see something really cool. And we were here for 3 nights, which means we got 6 game drives. I definitely would recommend 3 to 4 nights just to make sure that you have time, if the conditions aren't great, to see something cool. But that's all I have for today's video. I hope this gave you a little bit more insight on what safari is actually like in South Africa, because I know I had absolutely no idea what to expect. It has been one of the coolest travel experiences that I've had. It's definitely making me want to go on another. I now have a running list of the things that I didn't get to see this time that I'd love to see the next time I get to go. But I will see you guys in my next video.